जनूबी तुर्की और शुमाली शाम में आने वाले तबाहकुन ज़लज़ले के बाद इमदादी कार्रवाइयाँ जारी हैं और हलाकतों की तादाद अब 17,000 से बढ़ गई है। अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा का कहना है कि शाम पर अमरीकी और मगरबी पाबंदियाँ शामी मुतासरीन तक इमदाद पहुँचने की राह में रुकावट हैं। दूसरी जानब आलमी इदारा सेहत ने खबरदार किया है कि मुतासरीन की तादाद 2.5 करोड़ तक हो सकती है। ज़लज़ले के ज़ोरदार झटकों से कम अज़ कम 10 तुर्क और 5 से ज़्यादा शामी शहरों में तबाही हुई। वॉइस ऑफ अमेरिका के डोरियन जॉन्स इस वक्त हमारे साथ तुर्की से मौजूद हैं। उनसे जानते हैं कि मुतासरा इलाकों में इस वक्त सूरत हाल है क्या। Dorian, what's the situation on ground in Turkey? Is there a clarity as to how many are still missing and in need of rescue?
Well, that is the big question, and no, not really. I mean, the death toll continues to rise. It's passed over 17,000 now, and that is past the number of people that were killed in the worst earthquake in recent living memory, and that was the one just outside Istanbul in 1999. And the numbers of dead is expected to continue to rise. But the search and rescue operations are still continuing in the thousands of buildings that have collapsed. Many of these buildings are large, multi-story apartment blocks. But the difficult, dangerous work of burrowing into these buildings is continuing and is still meeting with success. Only a couple of hours ago, a man was dug out of the collapsed building that was once his home, to cheers and jubilation of those who are seeking to find these people. This gives them hope that they can still find more people. But they are dealing with freezing temperatures that fall well below zero every night. Rain, freezing, snow. It's really brutal conditions. And with that brings a threat of hypothermia for many of the people that are believed to be still possibly alive in these collapsed buildings. But the search still continues. But fears are also growing for the hundreds of thousands of people that have been made homeless by these quakes. They're still struggling to provide shelter to the government, and that is causing growing concern and anger and desperation among the survivors.
डोरियन बता रहे थे कि जो जिस तरह से ज़लज़ले से नुकसानात हुए हैं उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा जो बड़ी बिल्डिंग्स थी, इमारतें जो थी, फ्लैट्स जो थे, उनके गिरने से और उसके बाद अभी भी रेस्क्यू की कार्रवाइयाँ जारी हैं, जो कि शदीद सर्दी की वजह से इस वक्त चूँकि बर्फ़बारी भी हो रही है, बारिशें भी हैं और शदीद सर्दी की वजह से इस वक्त रिलीफ़ की एक्टिविटीज़ बहुत मुश्किल हो पा रही हैं इस वक्त, और सर्च ऑपरेशंस जो हैं उनमें काफ़ी हद तक इस लिहाज से मुश्किलात आ रही हैं। बहुत से लोग घरों से बाहर हैं, होमलेस हैं, जो कि इस वक्त उनके पास सर छुपाने की जगह नहीं है। और दूसरी साइड पे जो अभी तक जो एंगर है, जो कि गुस्सा है इस वक्त मुतासरीन में, उस हवाले से कुछ हद तक आवाज़ें उस लिहाज से भी उठ रही हैं। During international aid is pouring in, is it getting into the areas that need it the most? How about the coordination amongst the rescue agencies?
Well, you're right. There is now a massive international aid operation now going on. Over 100 countries now have pledged to provide assistance, and they've been arriving from about the first day of the crisis. From the European Union, from Russia, the United Arab Emirates were among the first, and now the United States. Their aid teams are also on the ground now, and this international aid is still continuing. And crucially, it's mainly search and rescue, and that is the main demand of the Turkish emergency efforts. They need these teams to comb these collapsed buildings because they know they are racing against time and given the conditions. So they need as much help as possible, given the fact that also there is growing criticism from people who are standing outside their homes saying no assistance is coming. We're seeing videos all the time on social media. So Turkey is looking to this international aid, particularly these search and rescue dogs specially trained to sniff out people in collapsed buildings. That is a priority, and these dog teams are coming from all over the world, and they are slowly getting to the scene. Getting to the many areas is a challenge. Many roads are destroyed. Many of the airports have been severely damaged, but slowly they are getting out into these areas, but it cannot come soon enough. As everyone knows, it is a closing window of opportunity to find people trapped in these buildings.
डोरियन का कहना है कि इंटरनेशनल एड तो बहुत ज़्यादा पहुंची है, आलमी मदद के लिए वादे भी बहुत ज़्यादा हुए हैं, और ख़ास तौर पे यूरोपियन यूनियन, रूस और मुत्तहिदा अरब अमारात की तरफ से सबसे पहले जो है वो इमदाद पहुंचाई गई है। अमेरिका की तरफ से भी अब इमदाद पहुंच रही है। लेकिन सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज इस वक्त सर्च और रेस्क्यू का है कि जो इस वक्त लोग दबे में हैं उनको वहाँ से निकालने का और उनको रेस्क्यू करने का जो अमल है वो सबसे ज़्यादा चैलेंजिंग है। और इस हवाले से लोगों के तहफ़्फ़ुज़ात जो हैं, उनका जो गुस्सा है वो सोशल मीडिया पर सर्कुलेट भी कर रहा है। और वो सबसे बड़ा एक चैलेंज है जो इस वक्त टाइम के अगेंस्ट ये सारी एफर्ट्स हो रही हैं कि जितना टाइम ज़्यादा लगेगा उतने ही लोगों के ज़िंदा मिलने के चांसेस कम होते जाएंगे। During at the very end, how about we are talking about the Syrian side as well, that was already affected with the violent civil war over the decade by now. Is aid and rescue agencies searching in those areas, and how the US investment sanctions are impacting this whole part?
Well, yes, you're right. I mean, Syria has been very badly affected, the region just across the Turkish border. Tragic. I mean, they have been grappling with more than a decade of civil war. The infrastructure there is all but been destroyed. Now that quake has done further damage. There's been emergency calls for aid to be sent to this area, but and speaking to aid agencies in the last few days, they say that it is vital. They have absolutely nothing to provide for these people. But there has been some good news. Today we're getting reports that the first aid convoys that have managed to get through Turkey into Syria have now crossed and are being distributed in the Syrian rebel enclave, which is on Turkey's border. So there is positive news there, at least.
डोरिन कह रहे थे कि सीरिया शाम में जो सबसे ज़्यादा नुकसानात हुए थे इससे पहले जंग से भी और काफ़ी हद तक तबाहाल इलाका था, उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा डैमेजेस हुए हैं। लेकिन अच्छी खबर यह है कि इस वक्त इमदाद वहाँ पहुँचना शुरू हो गई है। थैंक यू डोरियन, थैंक्स फॉर अपडेटिंग अस।